Hey guys, what's going on? We're back in a F-14 Tomcat. I thought I'd try my hand at dogfighting.
Bandit, F-18, 12 o'clock, 2 miles.
Thank you, Jester. I thought I'd try my hand at dogfighting in this awesome plane. Just merged with a F-18. You can see him dumping his nose.
2 o'clock.
I'm going to pull into the vertical. He's going down. He's going to gain some energy as he does that, which may allow me to slot in behind him a little easier.
11 o'clock low.
Here he comes. He's climbing up. You guys are going to see him in a second here. I know he's hard to see in the ground clutter. There he is.
12 o'clock.
Alright, so slotted in nicely behind him. The thing with the Tomcat is it'll outturn anything. If you can get your speed at Mach 0.55 and put the flaps down and just rate fight somebody, it'll kill him. It'll wreck the crap out of him. And so here we go. We got him nicely locked up, just patiently waiting. So he sees my nose coming around, and he's gonna try to jink off. Pulls a little too hard on that.
Closing.
Alright, I don't know why Jester's freaking out about him being on our 6, because he's definitely not.
12 o'clock low.
Alright, here we go.
Shoot him, shoot him!
So this F-18, he really needs to be he needs to be pulling this into a one-circle fight. And as long as he's trying to outturn the Tomcat, it's only a matter of time here.
On a 6, come on, show me that pilot shit.
It looks like he's trying to go for a stall maneuver here. And it actually kind of works. There's some rounds there. Oh, he's doing great. See, that's the thing, when you do that one circle, when you try to force the one circle, it becomes very, very hard to fight the Hornet. The Hornet is so good at the one circle fighting. I think the only thing better than the Hornet is the Mirage, really.
5 o'clock high.
Alright, there he is. Oh, I think he might get a shot off here.
12 o'clock high. Spike, 1 o'clock.
No.
Hey, we've been hit. Stabulator is damaged. 6 o'clock low.
It's okay, I don't need that. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're going to try to force
11 o'clock.
Force a rate fight here if possible.
12 o'clock.
There he goes.
6 o'clock.
Okay, see, now we're in a turn fight, and I am out-turning him. He's dumping his nose to get a little bit of energy. Got him locked up. And he pulls hard through the HUD there.
1 o'clock high.
And I don't want to pull too hard, because, you know, the Tomcat, you pull too hard and the wings break off.
On a 6, come on, show me that pilot shit.
Okay, and pulling the power a little, just to manage the closure, and right here, come on.
Keep it up, we're on a 6.
There we go. Good kill. Great fight.
The Bandit is down.
Great fight from the Hornet. You gotta push that one circle fight, man. Because as long as he was one circle fighting me, he was doing great. As soon as he started turn fighting, he got himself killed. It was a great fight, though. Good effort. So yeah, the Tomcat is one of the best dogfighters in DCS. It outturns anything when it comes to DCS anyway. And
it's game time.
You gotta tame it though, that's the thing. Like at first you spend half the time fighting the Tomcat as you do fighting the Bandit. But once you learn the F-14 and you start taming it a little bit,
105, 8 miles.
she really starts to perform for you, especially in turns and things like that. It's a fantastic dogfighter, but you know, takes some effort to learn it. And I haven't flown it in a while, so this is new for me as well. I used to be decent in it back in the day.
He's on a nose spike, 12 o'clock. Bandit, Hornet, 12 o'clock. 3
Dude,
miles.
Jester talks so much. Like, be quiet, bro.
o'clock.
I know he's... I know, dude. Chill. Alright, so...
4
Here
o'clock.
we go. Okay, one circle again. Looks like he's not dumping
4
his
o'clock.
nose as hard as before.
Two o'clock low.
Oh, he still dumped his nose. And I think he wants to go for a vertical raid fight.
7 o'clock. He's coming right, man.
Yeah. So I'm going to ease off on the stick at the bottom. Let the energy
He's
build.
6, man.
And then I'm going to pull hard through the top. And you got to put in
12
rudder
o'clock low.
for the Tomcat. You just got to put in rudder or she'll roll over. And then let the energy build.
11 o'clock.
And you can see I'm closing. The circle's getting, I'm pulling up on his 6 here.
12 o'clock high.
And nice and easy. And I'll pull a little bit harder through the top. And you can see I'm starting to come around, and he's realizing this, so
Looking good. Now take him out.
he's coming out of the
Closing.
vertical. He just went left. I'm gonna stay with him here.
Good flying. We're on a 6.
There we go. Finally got him locked. Couple of rounds
12
there.
o'clock high.
Ah, dude, I'm such a bad shot. God damn it.
6 o'clock low.
Alright, well, if I wasn't a terrible shot, he probably would have been dead there.
9 o'clock low.
But it's all good. He dumped a lot of his energy, so he's nice and slow. And I'm just going to come back around.
Pew pew.
Thank you, Jester. And we're going to lock him up. There we go.
There he is
And
on a 12.
he's dead.
Bandit is going down. Spike, 8 o'clock.
Dude, I don't know, but to me, like, getting a kill in the F-14 is weirdly satisfying. Because you have to work really hard to get it. Like, the aircraft is great, but you work hard to get these kills. Look at how she shakes and shit. It's awesome. I love it.
Nails on our nose, 12 o'clock. Party time.
You have to turn on the cockpit lights. It's mandatory. It adds 2 degrees a second to your turn, in case you didn't know that.
We've got a Bandit. 105, 8 miles.
A little pro tip.
Target, 7 miles.
And so remember, Mach
That's
0.55
Hornet.
with the flaps
On the
down,
nose, he's locking us.
and she'll start working miracles for you.
$12 o'clock.
Don't let her get too fast. And then full burner in the
7
turn.
o'clock low. He's coming right.
I'm not pulling too hard here. I turn the other way.
7 o'clock. He's coming right.
Went left. I lost visual on this guy. Shit. Alright, well, when you lose visual, just keep turning. Don't just fly straight. A lot of people just fly straight. Keep turning, keep looking for him.
Shit, he's on our 6.
Ah, there he is. There he is. Oh, he's coming around. We can outturn him. I think he's really fast, so he might overshoot here. And then I'll reverse the turn. Yeah, there he goes. He's outside of my circle.
5
Gonna
o'clock.
pull vertical, reverse the turn. Roll it onto him. There we
9 o'clock
go.
low.
It's one of the few times that you can reverse the turn and not get yourself killed.
10 o'clock high.
Okay. Alright, here we go.
3 o'clock.
Alright. Back in that turn fight I want to be.
5 o'clock.
I want to be in right on the deck here. And he almost hit the ground, so he really screwed up his circle there. And he's really slow because he had to pull out of that. And so I should be able to absolutely light him up here. And I forgot to select my gun. Great.
9 o'clock low.
Alright, well, we'll just stay in the vertical. We got a little bit of lag there. He just jumped everywhere, but he's right back.
Smack on her nose.
Alright, and there we go. Yeah.
Bandit is down.
Dope. Yeah, so that's one of the few situations where you can reverse the turn and get away with it, is when you're sure the bandit's about to overshoot. And you wait for him to shoot out of your circle, and then you try to flip it on him. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting my work on Patreon. Really helps me out when you do that. Big thank you to all of you who are already supporting the channel. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Alright guys, so for our tac view, I'm going to do the fight where I lost the visual. And the reason I want to do that, because we've discussed a lot of concepts in other videos, and everything you saw in all the other rounds was stuff we'd already discussed. This round, there were a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. And so although not the best fight, I think there's the most to talk about in this fight here. And so here we go for the merge. Right there. And you can see the Hornet trying to force the one circle fight as expected. Now, as you saw, I lost visual on him. I didn't expect him to use the vertical like that, and I was looking in the wrong place, so I lost visual. Now, a lot of guys I see, when they lose visual, they just start flying straight, and that's a really nice way to let the guy basically come up right behind you and kill you. And unfortunately, it's not something you do consciously a lot of the time. You know, you're stuck looking around, so you just end up flying straight. And then by the time you find the guy, he's right on your 6 and you're flying straight, right? So it's one of those things you got to consciously remember. Keep turning. Like you can see me trying to get into the turn here. Now I want to be at Mach 0.6, but I also generally knew where I was looking for him because Jester was calling him out. So I'm a little fast here. I start pulling harder on the stick. You can see my G's here at 8.3 at the most, and really what I'm trying to do is tighten down that turn and get out of his HUD. And so the tighter I turn, the harder he has to pull on the stick in order to get his nose around, so I know he's bleeding energy. But here's the interesting part. Now those are all just assumptions, you know. I don't really know what I'm looking for, I guess you could say, until right about here in the fight. I think it was right here. Yeah, so this is where I noticed that he was really fast. And you can see his true airspeed at 491. And I could just tell how fast he was by how quickly he was tracking across the sky here. And so I made an assumption that he was going to overshoot. And it was a right bet. And you're going to see what happens here. Now in the video we talked about reversing the turn. I've said in several videos that reversing the turn is a really nice way to get yourself killed, but if you reverse the turn if you're sure that the bandit will overshoot, then you can actually do some interesting stuff. You can reverse the fight a little bit. So what you see here is he shoots outside of my circle. This would be my circle, and you can see him shoot way outside the circle. And so when I see this, really I wanted to reverse the turn right as he crosses behind me. So I'm a little bit late, but it's still acceptable. Like, I should already be, you know, wing halfway over in this direction. All right, but basically the cue I'm looking for is a bandit that's going to shoot outside my circle, and I'm just going to reverse the turn. And I'm using the vertical here because I want to get slower than him too. And so I'm trading kinetic for gravitational, and I'm just going to roll over onto him. Now he does the correct thing and climbs and, you know, tries to do his thing. He shouldn't just continue the way he was going. And so we can see that we are here in what is kind of like a very rough rolling scissor. And the whole time I'm trying to force him into a turn fight. Now I do have to one circle fight him a little bit here, but that's in order to get to a position where I can force the turn fight, which is what's going on here. Okay, now he comes down to do that, but he screws up his turn, and well, he screws up his descent. I think he thought he had more room than he did, and just barely pulls out of it. But the whole time that he's doing that, I've come around the circle, and look at the turn rate on this Tomcat at 23.2 degrees. Like, that's some of the highest turn rates you're going to see. Look at that sustained 23, 22, 21 degrees a second. It's a fantastic dogfighter. And so here I am just pulling up on a 6. At this point, he's too slow to really, you know, do anything. He's just trying to survive. And I noticed here I didn't have my gun selected, so that's why I didn't shoot. A little bit of lag. And then I'm just going to roll onto him. And he's dead. Alright, so really the concept I just wanted to talk about here was what to do when you lose a visual and when to reverse a turn, and the cues that you're looking for that. Okay guys, so that's going to be the video for today. Big thank you to Longshot for coming out and helping with the video, and you can watch his channel. I'll link it in the comment section below. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.